hanging out at the Dairy Queen in St. George, Utah with this week's newsletter. And, man, it's a good one. All kinds of cool stuff. Doug, give us a thumbnail. What do you got included here?
Well, we're just a couple of things going around on the national news. There was, in Wyoming, more than 500 miles of wildlife-friendly fencing converted in Sublette County. I know you're familiar with this, but a lot of people aren't. And essentially what they're doing is replacing the bottom strand with without the needles. Can't remember the name of the term here. I'm looking for
barbs. They're called barbs. Barbs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's non-barbed at that point.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Anybody going underneath them won't get hurt. Of course, I suppose that would be the same thing.
Yeah, that's important. There's a lot of the ungulates that will go over the wire, but antelope specifically like to go underneath of it for some reason.
Yeah. So do illegals.
That's true.
So
that's
there
true.
you go.
Okay, put
the
barbs back on the wire. Electrify it.
An issue out of Missouri with bald eagles hitting these big wind turbines.
Yeah.
Don't have numbers, but they know that's happening, so they're trying to bring it to everyone's attention.
Well, the wind farms have proven to be problematic, despite what the Biden administration has to say, because that's all lies and deceit and deflections on the wind farms. The birds have been an issue. That's very, very well documented. It's also been documented that it's impacting the fishing off the Carolina coast and creating havoc out there with the commercial fishing. So, wind farms, not a good sign. So,
good. Hey, in Colorado, the Denver Fly Fishing shows. It runs from February 17th through the 19th. And they run these around the country, so there's quite a few they do. You can go to this website to know when it's coming to your location, if it is. Up in Phoenix, I'm not in Phoenix, Miami, Florida, the Phoenix Bass Fishing League event is on Toledo Bend, and wow, there's a huge fish in that picture we got there. The winner, Cody Pitt of Elmer, Louisiana, returned a 5 bass weight of 39 pounds, 15 ounces on Saturday to win this particular event. So he earned a little over $8,000 plus another $2,000 contingency bonus. Nice. I do have a video out there about this Booyah Hard Knocker and One Knocker. These are custom colors, and this is a guy that does paint. And it's a good-looking video. I mean, it's a good video to look at in terms of what these guys can do in terms of painting. And I know you've had guys on the show that do this too. So it's quite the craft. You can get what you want, handmade.
Well, that's the thing. It's a fad wave going across the country, and like the Booyah guys, we've got guys here in Phoenix that are doing Walsh and Anderson are doing doing a hell of a job on painting baits, making baits, and painting them to your custom paint spec.
Right.
The school's out on it. I don't know if they catch. There are some patterns that work better than off the shelf mass production stuff, but I got to tell you, for the expense. It's more of an art form, and wall hangers than go out and pound the water with them. But whatever.
Yeah, I agree, Don. I don't want to go into a store. I don't care what it is in terms of fishing, and be presented with so many variations that for the average person, it's going to be a little confusing. So just add that
you need, these guys, you need to give them specific instructions. If you're trying to match the hatch, they can do it. If you have a special color combination like I do that I have tons of confidence in, I'll go with that bait. Absolutely. Because I can't buy with maybe one exception, and that happens to be my design on Labina Lure 574 Hammer Shad. It's got my color combination on it. It works. So, all right, what else?
Well, just down from that, we got another video from the bait school about custom lipless crankbaits. And here again, just like we were talking on the show, these are, you've got internal BBs. They're rattle traps. And I told you on the show that, 25 years ago, I was using rattle traps for a lot of bass fishing. My gosh, they can wake up a bass on the bed pretty easily. So it's
this is a good video because they get into where to fish it, how to fish it. Aside from colors and shapes and all that kind of thing. So,
I understand. We had a bit of a controversy on the next item, which is Lady Jennifer Shaw caught a 10-pound, 8-ounce world-class record vampire fish. This is, most people have seen these, not all fishermen. This thing's got some snaky-looking teeth on it.
Boy, yeah.
Nasty. Now, the controversy was that fish looks like it's bigger than 10 pounds.
I would say definitely, but, who wants to argue with the International Goldfish Association?
Right. And our buddy Matt being on the show, we've got Todd Klein of San Clemente, California, took the MLF Toyota Series Western Open at Lake Havasu. And he turned in 15 bass, 60 pounds. 15 bass, 60 pounds, 14 ounces.
Yeah.
So, and Dean Rojas was in there, and a few other names I've heard before, but we know for a fact that poor Matt didn't get there. I think, what is he, 12th?
Yes.
12th position or something like that.
Yeah, he did a good job. But, anytime you're fishing Havasu, you look at the top 10, there's 4, 5, 6 local boys in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So do the math.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
In Rojas, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, all right. I come across articles I think are fascinating. I don't do this. It's called shed hunting. But I found some interesting information on, how to do it and how to do it to success. I'm not going to read this, but if you're into shed hunting, check it out. It's kind of interesting. Well, you got to sign up for our newsletter first now, don't you, Don?
There you go.
Good grief. Let's see. Some bow winners are making news. What else we got here? Oh, the Arizona Deer Association every month has some kind of item they're raffling off. This is just highlighting one of those, which is a Axis Works 6.5 Sherman short rifle, $20 a ticket. So pretty good. I do that, by the way. I've never won anything, but I still do it.
Me neither. They don't let the president win anything.
Yeah, you're right. Good video on Idaho's Craig Mountain area. I like the delivery this guy has, but if you want to learn something about Idaho, great. And lastly, sharks have been in the news a lot.
You know why? You know why? Because there's a lot of them.
Yes, there is. But the head title on this confused me. It says shark bites tied for 10-year low in 2022. When I thought we were hearing more about more bites than normal. So I don't know. But at any rate, they got some good diagrams on where and how you might get bit. Florida's the leader. Swimming, wading, and walking in the water leads the pack. So in Florida, don't go wading. That's about what it says to me.
Well,
Oh.
I would be interested to see a parallel drawn between sharks chewing on folks and bears chewing on folks. Just saying.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, that's it, Don. That's all we got today.
Well, that's it. That's a good newsletter, guys. If you don't have the newsletter, sign up for it. It's there's a lot of good information what's happening around the country. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. There's some humor and some levity in there, but it's information we need to know. Being the Hook and Bullet Boys, that's who we are. That's what we do. I'm Don McDowell. It's huntingfishing.com. Click on the news icon. Go to archive newsletters, and you can sign up for it. Doug, great job. I appreciate it.